Oh, hello, hello, hello. We are in. I believe we are in. It's all about the timing. Who have we got in? Early bird has to sit and wait. I know early bird gets the worm. Early bird gets the cheese. Nope. Good afternoon. ACM 2,836 miles. M Super X 1,025 miles. M10 76 miles. That's Jacob. Welcome, Jacob. You like your Gotways. Riding 3 years. Afternoon. Wondered if there would be a live show without Mario in the background. Ooh, maybe. Possibly. Ivan Cullis, Mario's away for 2 weeks. At some point. Ivan Cullis, 5 wheels with about 6,000 miles between them. Hi, Stu. Morning, friends. Currently about 3 meters between them at present. Yeah, probably. It's hot, sunny day here. Ian and Mary should do a barbecue special. We absolutely should. Need to get a barbecue though first. It is boiling. In a minute, I'm going to go get a fan and I'm going to plug it in and then I'm going to have a fan here. And I don't care about the audio because it is boiling in here. It's like, oh, almost unbearable. There we are. 17,600 miles. Who's that? I'm trying to read it now. Oh, that's Olav. Greetings from Norway. Sherman. That calculates a bit of the old mileage in there, doesn't it? The KS18XL. Flip me, almost 10,000. So since 2018, you are cranking up the mileage, which is good to see. And the reliability is obviously okay. We are guessing. So I'm going to go and get the fan now because it's boiling. I'm going to turn off the air conditioning unit because that's running like a gun. Boom, boom, boom. Let me get the fan. Absolutely boiling. Oh, it's my #1 fan. There we are. That's good. I can go there, can it? That seems alright. That seems legit. Let's put it there. There we are. I've got it. It's all sorted. And let's plug it into some. There we go. This definitely won't blow the power. Shouldn't do with a fan. Oh, it's good having a fan in the studio. It's the first time I've had a fan in the studio. Probably the only time. Oh, hot? No, cold. Stinks. That's pushing hot air into my face. Let's, oh, we can probably, there we are. Thank you, Mr. Dyson. Could even put out a shot slightly. Nah, where's the fun in that? There we go. Turns away, then you remember how hot it is. Let's just turn it around that way. Yeah, cool breeze, lovely, like it. Who else have we got in the house since I've gone to get a fan? Iced tea time. Yeah, absolutely, it should be. Andre says freezing here. It's freezing? What temperature is it where you are? That's true. What temperature is it where you are? I'm going to use my handy iPhone to tell me what the temperature is. The temperature currently is 30 degrees. And as someone pointed out yesterday, people go, oh, we live with 30 degrees all the time. I don't know what the Britons keep moaning about. The only thing is, we don't have air conditioning. So usually, countries in hot climates, they go home and they sit in a nice air conditioned house. We don't have that. So you have to open up all the windows and then you can't sleep because there's cars driving by and people shouting. They're like, wait! And they have, let's have a bonfire. Let's have a fire. That's a good idea. Let's have a fire. Now the windows are all open. That's what happens. Hi folks, Matt from Bath with his Z10. He's done 2,500 miles and has only had one puncture. Had 3 years to do it in, but there are many with higher mileage. Ronnie Rankin's in the house. Hello. 68 Fahrenheit. Hey Siri. 68 Fahrenheit in Celsius. The correct reading. 68 degrees. 20 degrees C. Well, we're 10 above that. Rick and Jack's reading out a 33.8. Is that from within the barge, the narrowboat? Is it within that? That's what I want to know. 20 degrees. A lot of people sitting in 20 degrees. So yeah, it's 30 here. Inside the boat, it is 33.8. I suggest sitting outside of the boat. That's what I would suggest. Mario's put a few things together today, I believe. I've got some things here on my dashboard which may or very likely not be of interest to you. So what do you think of the YouTube trend calling EUC for half e-bike, one-wheeled car, etc.? I think, Marcus, they're having a joke. They're having a laugh on purpose. They're having a bit of fun with it, I would guess. So it gets huge amounts of views, naming of videos. Shows you the intelligence of the algorithm, doesn't it? On YouTube. But yeah, if everybody did it, then it wouldn't work quite as well. So there you go. That's what I think of that. It's kind of good, I suppose, like with the people looking at e-bikes and they're not got an e-bike and they're not really into mountain biking, but they're looking for some form of transport. Then it might get some people that weren't previously interested in it or know anything about them at all into it. You never know. So, as Andreas said, views, views, views. Exactly right. So Mario has put up. Oh, Ian Williams is in the house. I have an MSX 100 volt, KSX 18, an InMotion V8, an MSX 100 volt, 2,200 watt hours, 14,000 miles, Wokingham, Berkshire, riding 3+ years. Welcome in to the show. Mario's put up. Let's have a look. He has put up some details about an InMotion V8S. InMotion V8S. V8. So 1,000 watt motor, 728 watt hour battery, up from 480 and 15 kilograms, so a little bit heavier. I thought the V8F already had. I thought the V8F already had a 1,000 watt motor. I'm going to go and double check now. It's thrown me slightly. Have we got any information on it? No, we have not put the thing in the bottom there. Brilliant. That's genius. Quick, let's pop back to that. So, still has the same max speed of 35 kilometers an hour, although I hope it's close to the real 35 with that 7% inflation. So, a lot bigger battery. So, if anybody's looking for a small, sort of a small framed wheel, so still compact, still you can transport it, slide it under a chair and all that sort of business, because the V8 and the V8F have been really, really useful for that. A lot of people don't want a massive wheel with a huge tyre and don't want to go 100 miles in one direction. They actually just want something they can commute about in. And that with that 728 watt hours is gonna, well, someone like me, it'll probably get me 18-ish miles. Approximately, that sort of thing. So if that's your bag, that apparently is something they've got out. The V8F, yes, so the V8F is a 1,000 watt motor. Someone else has confirmed that. I thought it was. And 14.5 kilograms. No drastic difference there. We'll be interested to see if they change the shape of the shell to accommodate a larger battery capacity. Yeah. Okay, yeah, well it's a very portable wheel. If you look at something to carry around, it's brilliant little wheel. So, can you get a visor for the Kali helmet? You cannot get a visor for the Kali helmet, but you can use goggles, because I use goggles as well. Not in summer, unless it's riding in the evening where there's loads of flies and stuff about, because I keep getting flies in my eyes. And so what I've been doing is using motocross goggles, basically. Well, are they motocross goggles? They might be snowboarding goggles, that type of thing. You get the idea. So put them on the back, flick them through, put them in. Easy as that. And actually, when you take your helmet off, they stay on. As long as when you're putting it back on, you sort of pull them out slightly, otherwise you rip your face off. But yeah, that's what I use. So our visor, you get flies inside the helmet rather than hitting your face you're worried about. Yeah, the goggles I use aren't going to stop that because you've still got space around the side, but I don't get flies in there, I just get flies hitting my eyes, which is really, really frustrating. In fact, I will have them on the site, so if I type in goggle, do I get goggle? No. Let's have a look. Protective clothing. We're looking for goggles. Can Mario put this on the screen? That is the question. Yes, he can. This is the ones I've got. There you go, that's what I use. Motocross Pro goggles, those things. Exact ones I've got. They work really well. Don't have any issues with them whatsoever. So, yeah. Okay. Radio. Next little article we've got that Mario's lined up. Let's have a little look. Oh, it is not a next little article. This is still the V8S. There you go. There's a picture of it. What do we all think? Let's just zoom in slightly. There we go. It doesn't look like they've changed the body. Doesn't look like they changed the body at all there. I don't think. To a lot of people this is going to be no news. But to some people, I'm telling you now, there's a lot of people that don't want massive wheels. They want something that's going to give them as much as they can possibly get in the smallest form factor they can get. And then so they're trying to meet that little lines that cross over between range, practicality, and weight, etc. And at the moment, those lines hit with the V8F. Now this is adding more range to it, so it's going to stretch it a little bit further to the market it attracts. So yeah. Shame the V8S doesn't appear to have a better rear light. Yeah, it's the same little light, isn't it, at the back, by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks pretty much. Yeah, it looks the same to me. Yeah, it's all that's pretty much the same from what I can see. Oi, Mario, put it up on the screen. Unbelievable. Let me scroll back up. There you go. That's all the same. That's the trolley handle, but then that looks the same as well. The power button looks the same. Battery thing is the same. Yeah, cut on and off. Switch underneath. Red, which is the same as the latest ones. There you go. There we go. That looks really good. I like it. I like it a lot for certain people. So, okay, there's loads. Okay, let's just then close that down. Right, we've now got a video. What's the video of, Mary?
So this whole Facebook feed that you'll be currently no one is only you're seeing it. This this was the electric games in France. So if you click on the next
oh yeah,
this is the next tab.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's if you scroll up. But yeah.
Oh, I see. Can people? Yeah, people can see it now.
So that's the if you scroll up. So this is from I think last year or a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I recognise some of that footage. Competitions, single light unit. So that's old.
But if you go up.
Yep.
I think it was from the 17th to the 19th.
Oh, up. As in this way.
Yeah.
There we go. 17th to Monday, July the 19th.
Yeah.
Couldn't have got there if I wanted to.
Yeah. But
get shot.
That Facebook group has some photos and videos of the day.
Oh, does it?
And Adam Runway was there.
Yeah.
And I think Lars as well.
Oh, okay. Did anyone get arrested or?
It's France, so I think the French are more.
Yeah, they're more forgiving.
Yeah.
Let's just turn that fan off for a second. Nice and quiet. It's nice and quiet now, isn't it? My comfort though. Right, are we ready? Let's see if we can. Let's max this out first, shall we?
Oh, audio, I don't know.
Oh, probably copyright. So we just have that. Well, we just bring it down. We just throw that down. Probably the safest option.
You can sing.
I can sing. Hey, here I go on my board. I'm going on my one wheel. I forgot to get the right piece of equipment, and instead I bought a really expensive board instead of an actual good wheel. Wow, wow. Oh no! That's what happens when you buy the wrong wheel. Goodness me. That's it, is it, Mario? Is that it? There's more. There's more than that. Up the group. Up. I'm going up. There's a little dog in the spaceship. Was that there? Oh. Is that there? I'm supposed to be playing these videos, apparently. No. Mario's saying no now. There?
Yeah, that's fine.
The airbag?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do the airbag. Learning to jump, boys. That's good. Next one. Whoosh. That's a good idea, though, isn't it? You just don't die. Ooh, unless you rolled over and slammed into your head. That was primed, wasn't it? To hit him in the head. Yeah, gonna have to get yourself an airbag, Mario. We will just go flat out and clear the airbag. That would be fun. Yeah, he stayed up. That's wrong. Is that wrong way? Can't tell. Oh. Some pictures. This is pictures. You're seeing them. I hope you're seeing them. Otherwise, that's poor form, isn't it? Let's have a little look. Can I zoom into this? Oh, I can, slightly. Is this the first jump? Yeah, it is. That's the first jump. Yep, so we got that. That's the airbag ones. And then we're trying to find... oh, no, now what's happened? There we go. Trying to find other pictures of it. No. And this is... Is this it here, Mario?
That's just a...
That's not... Is that the event?
Yeah.
But it's just a dance, is it? Oh, no. There's people with drums and stuff.
Yeah, it's all electric vehicles. Audio, I don't know.
Can't be copyright. I mean, if people playing on the... Playing drums live.
Yeah, but it's Facebook.
It's
YouTube,
Facebook, yeah.
But on Facebook you can post almost everything. But YouTube says no.
You should know. There we go. That's people coming through. Boom. Right, well that's that one. Next one. Electric Games, done. Viewers videos.
Yeah, just one winner.
One winner?
Yeah.
And no submissions?
No new submissions. Well, Rich White sent a higher quality of his previous submission.
Mm-hmm. Did he?
Video,
was it any good? Oh, he paused.
It was the same.
Same video?
So slightly better.
Was it any good though?
Quality. Well, copyrighted music, so got flagged by YouTube, even though he said it wasn't copyrighted.
Rich! Playing tricks on this. Is that what he's doing? Little wind up. There we go. Turn that down to 4.
But I can...
Right, here we go. So this is viewers videos that Mara's now going to put on the winner of the viewers videos. And of course, we have to have 10 viewers videos to have a competition. Then you vote for the 3 top videos. 3 top videos get broken down to and then voted on. And then the winner of that gets the most votes, of course, wins the 25 quid. And this is apparently it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm pretty impressed that he's doing it. We're really going to limit that wheel before we start getting out of the way. It's a
Okay, well there you go. That is the viewers video competition. Congratulations on winning that. You need to write in and then ask for your voucher. And at that point, of course, then you can claim your 25 quid store credit. Now, if you haven't seen this video, this is Andre's channel. Talk about his Sherman, which you cannot see. You can only see my face. I can tell because I'm looking at the screen now and it's not there. I'm just waiting for Mario in the control room. Yep. Excellent. I can't maximize the screen because if I do, it cuts across the live chat, I think. Oh no, it does work. This is the Sherman video you put up. Listen to that.
Good morning.
Sweet.
Guys. I'm out for another little ride.
So go and check that out if you want. It's the veteran Sherman, which you can see here.
So, as you guys can probably see.
So what I would like to know is which wheels, when we asked which wheels you were riding, we used to do that all the time and people used to basically write in and say which wheel they were riding. Let me know which wheel you're riding, which you prefer. So when I was talking about the V8S earlier on, that wheel might not be of interest to a lot of people, but it is an interest to some people. Not as many, but like the Sherman, huge chunky tyre. Is that your bag, or do you prefer smaller, nimble wheels? Because I saw a similar question about who uses power pads, cheek pads, boost pads, whatever you want to call them. Who uses them? And quite a lot of people, to my surprise, aren't using them, but with some legitimate reasons, such as you can't really put them on an M10-3, and there's no point if you did, and things like that. So there's obviously a lot of people out there who ride a lot smaller wheels that maybe aren't as prolific on the old interwebs. Are you one of them? Smaller, nimbler wheels. S18? S18? Maybe. Smaller, nimbler wheels and the S18. There's two polar opposites there. You've got the S18 being an 18-inch wheel. Marty likes smaller wheels, 16 and below. So the V8S would fit into that category. Veteran Sherman bought from Speedy Feet. Good man. Veteran Sherman, so big knobbly tyre on it. Have you thought, and has anyone got a Sherman or anyone got a wheel with a knobbly tyre? What do you think of the knobbly tyre versus a road tyre? Tesla is perfect size and range. So yeah, when you put the 16-inch V8S versus 16-inch Tesla, depending on what you're trying to get out of it, the Tesla is pretty much going to win on basically every category. Pretty much, apart from weight, possibly. No point having power pads on the Z10 when I can do all I want without them. Correct. And in fact, have you seen many people put power pads on the Z10? It's quite a compact, small wheel, isn't it? So it should work without them, basically. Things like the Monster Pro, that is where that was just amazing. You put them on, it was a completely different machine in terms of getting the torque out of it. But you can almost stretch the motor a bit too far, it would appear. Bigger and smaller are complicated with EUCs. A V12 is a 16-inch tyre, but is a heavy wheel. The V8F is a 16-inch wheel, but half the weight. Correct, so it's half the weight of a V12. I mean, I haven't actually weighed a V12 in person, but it's probably about right. Can't be far off. Oh, you're bringing cups of tea in. Oh no, it's bits of paper.
Where do you leave this?
What is it?
The order.
The order for Royal Mail.
Yeah.
Have you left one out for the postman?
Yeah.
You have. The other one just goes in Mike's in tray.
Okay. There are no speed and stuff.
No. So just put it on the desk of Michael.
Okay.
We call it the desk of Michael. We don't. I just set it back to front for some strange reason. Like my Sherman and love the knobbly tyre, says Stu. Sherman from Speedy Feet, well done. Love knobbly tyre, see no point in changing it. I'm exactly the same. When I rode that Sherman, I just can't see it. Can't see it. Mario changed one out for a customer. It was in one of the vlogs. And obviously Mara didn't ride it anywhere near any speed whatsoever. It's just in the warehouse to quickly try out. It was all fitted correctly and all worked correctly. But he said it felt so much more nimbler. But I just couldn't be doing with it. I just rather have that knobbly tyre, especially when I hit the off-road and you lean into a corner. You know pretty much that it's not going to slide out. That's what I like about it. You just go straight into a corner, no worries. Whereas when you're on a bit of a slick tyre, you're never quite sure where it's just going to kick out from underneath you and slam on your hip. Rich and Jax, S18 to me doesn't feel like a huge wheel. To ride, prefer it over my MSX. It is fairly... Oh, someone's calling. You're right. Yeah, you're right there. I'm in a live show at the moment. Oh, what a shame. The internet's paused. So you're just frozen. It says poor connection. The video will resume automatically when the connection improves. So there you go. Paused again. So, yeah. That's good. What are you up to?
Ruby finished school.
Ruby's finished school, is she?
Yes, they finished school today.
Finished school.
Say hello to Ruby.
I could do. You're right. You going to say a few things?
Say hello. Hello, everybody. Say hi. They can't see you, so speak.
Oh, hello. She's doing strange faces. Right. Gotta go anyway. I'm in the middle of a live show. Alright. Bye. Yeah, bye. That's her gone. Ta-da. Let's have a look. Where were we? We were rudely interrupted. The S18, it isn't actually a big wheel, is it? It's quite a tall wheel, but it's not actually that big. The profile's not that big. I've actually managed to compress a small amount of bodywork around the 18-inch wheel. So I'd agree with you to that degree. I wonder if it's wider, the MSX. Don't think so. Stu has also got the side pads. Good, so you're going to get the most out of that Sherman as you possibly can. Olaf says the tyre is very good, but can't really compare without testing a street tyre. Yes, so you need a street tyre. Obviously, Kuj did a review of the street tyre on the Sherman. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. But he did have all sorts of problems with it, which kind of just verified my concerns about it, really. It gets a bit twitchy, and that's the problem with it all. Cameron bar, I've only ever had a 9-bot E+, so saving up to buy an MSP, then might get some Clark pads. Well, with the pads, you definitely get all you can get out of the wheel, put it that way. Just make sure you position them correctly. Got a Sherman, but prefer my MSX 84 volt when doing mixed on and off-road riding. Interesting. That is interesting. Where do you prefer the Sherman over the MSX? Is that off-road or on-road? Ivan, question for you. Rusty Logic, using Shane's pads on the Sherman, nice and thin in the middle. Most pads are really thick and push my legs out too far out. Shane's pads, can I find, is that a thing? Shane's pads, electric unicycle, is that really a thing? Shane pad, here we go. Shane's pads, V2, veteran Sherman. There we go. Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's a real thing. Here we go. Yep, there they are. Very thin. I think, yeah, I've seen these before. Real thin paddles on the front and back kind of thing. Look like give you plenty of scope to brake properly. Can I get a bit of a better shot? It's got to be one here somewhere, isn't there? Yeah, that's the ones.
So they're pretty wide. Look how wide it is.
Yeah,
the acceleration and braking portion of the pad. They're very wide. So you might have trouble getting your leg around this somehow, or sitting.
It's quite bendy there by the looks of it.
I have it down low enough where it's easy for me to, you know, sprawl my legs out a little bit. Okay. Ooh, hope you guys are doing good out there.
Okay, that's pretty much it. That's Shane's pads anyway. Let's have a little look. Bought some and they came over the trim and stopped me shutting the foot plates. Big no for me. That is Matt on his Z10 to be clear. So as you can imagine, if they're too big, you can't shut the foot plates up and they stick down all the time. And yeah, that kind of ruins the usability, doesn't it? I want an upgrade to my V10F just because it'd be cool to go further. Sometimes I feel a bit limited, but at the same time, I've never gone far enough to need more. And the problem with that is once you get a bigger wheel, you just want to travel further. And you'll think, how on earth did they survive on such a small battery? So, yeah. Marcus, well, what I used to do, actually thinking about it, was on the 9bot E Plus, I used to take a spare battery with me and pull the side casing off. Pull the side casing off, swap it out. So you do about 8 miles, 10 miles, and then swap batteries. I prefer slick tyre, says Marcus, but I almost only ride on tarmac. Oh, look at that. That is just purely wonderful, isn't it, Mario?
Yes.
Thank you. If you've been watching the vlogs, you'll know also I will not be eating biscuits because I've seriously got to lose weight. Because the agreement that was written in stone, wasn't it, Mario? Written in stone. No answer. On the whiteboard. Well, it's not a whiteboard. It's written on the window. We haven't got a whiteboard. Well, we have, but they're all full of nonsense. Mario agreed to get down to 76 kg, and I agreed to get to 13 stone. Okay, no, not okay Google, is it? Okay Google. Joking, not really. Has anyone got a Google device? Hey Siri. 13 stone in kilograms. 80 something? 82. Is 82.55 I've got to get to 82 kilograms in just shy of 5 weeks. I'm currently 90 kilograms. So I've got a bit of work to do. So last 2 days, my diet has consisted of a little light lunch, meal deal, and a light dinner, or tea, whatever you want to call it. So yes. It'll be falling off me and I will hit that target. I better hit the target because it's a promise. And Mario's promised 76. I've promised 82. Oh, beautiful. Nice cup of tea. This is like 10 calories, something like that. I was going to say 10 kilograms for a second. Let's have another look. I prefer slick tyre, but almost always only ride on tarmac. That will be probably why. Is there anybody that rides predominantly off-road that likes slick tyres? Surely not. Have you got slick tyres and then put spikes in them? Ian, what's your go-to wheel at the moment? My go-to wheel at the moment is the EX. Because I haven't got another wheel apart from the EX. And I'm not going to be riding the Monster Pro. So, yeah, I have to go for the EX. And do you know what? I thoroughly enjoy riding the EX. It's weird, isn't it? Because it got a little bad press. And love it. The old shocks come in just when I need it. So if I hit a pothole or something I'm not looking, they're there. And then most of the time it's quite rigid. So yeah, that's my go-to wheel at the moment. Someone asked me about locking out shocks. There we go, I saw it there. Your comments to come, so I'll answer in a minute. Sadly, compress the range. Shane from Shane's Planet. There we go. Shane's Planet. If you want some of those side pads, go and check him out. Is that Shane's World? Brilliant. Shane's Planet. It should be Shane's World. I missed an absolute trick there. It should be called Shane's World. You need to change Shane's Planet to Shane's World Planet. So yeah, go and change it. When you tested the S18, did you ever ride it with the shock locked out? What did you think of it? I did ride it with the shock locked out, yeah. It felt like it didn't have suspension. That's what it felt like. And I wasn't quite sure whether it actually damaged the mechanism where it's in by locking it out. I know it's got a lock feature in it, but yeah, it just felt solid. And I suppose a bit pointless. So I rode it for a little bit like that and thought, yeah, you're right, I'm going to put the suspension back on. Ivan rides on the road or canal towpath for the Sherman. Because you were saying you didn't really prefer that. But you're on towpath, then presumably, unless it's compacted dirt, you're riding on so-called gravelly finish. How many other countries have towpaths? Which countries had a huge network of canals during the Industrial Revolution? Side pads are very thin in the middle as well. They are, and I do like that look of that, to be fair. It makes hardly any encroachment on your existing leg position, does it? Can you ask Mario if the S18 has a fan in it? As went riding yesterday in hot weather but couldn't hear the fan. Plus on EUC World app says the fan is off. Let's call Mario in, the technical advisor. Mario, come in. Here he comes. and he can answer live on air that technical question. Hey? He's bringing a board. He is going to bring a board in. So let's just wait. Let's time him. And then you can work out how much this is costing me. No, not waiting. I'll go through the comments whilst we're waiting. That's probably the best idea. The most efficient use of time. The paddles on the Sherman pads V2 are just firm enough, in my opinion. Haircut will shed some weight. That is a cheap way of doing it. Make sure you've gone for a wee, gone for an... and cut your hair. That'll get me past the finishing line, I reckon, just at the end. Just don't eat anything. If I'm short, I'm going to have to eat nothing for like a day or two. And yeah. And what do you do? Wrap yourself in... what do you call it? Cling film. Wrap yourself in cling film. And dehydrate. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do to cut some weight. How tall are you? How tall am I? Sat down or stood up? James says, you can do it, Ian. How tall am I? When I am stood up, I am just shy of 6 foot. How is John Sherman getting along? John Sherman is getting along not so well because he doesn't fit the motor to it. Replacement motor is here for him, but he was supposed to meet up several weeks ago and let me down again. Oh, hello.
There's the board, and there is no fan on it.
There's no fan on it, Mario says. Mario says there's no fan on the board. Are you suggesting, Mario, that the KS S18 doesn't have a fan?
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is there no fan on any of the plastic housing?
No, because you put just the cover on top.
Is this a broken board?
Yeah.
Good, because I'm twisting and I hear it cracking.
Yeah, it is a broken board.
All the bits going. Should I demonstrate the board to the ladies and gentlemen? There is the board, ladies and gentlemen, for your viewing pleasure. That's it from that angle. Here is behind, where you'll see the MOSFETs and also the battery connections. There we are. So, very exciting. Let's leave that there. We could use it as like could make it into a spaceship perhaps, putting some little cardboard wings on it. Talking spaceships, Jeff went up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yesterday, main man Jeff went up.
Yeah. British man in space.
Obviously wasn't working that day, was he? Not that busy with himself having a jolly. Shame. Did anyone watch it? I watched it. When I found out it was actually happening, didn't even realize it was happening. So it doesn't seem to have a fan though, in answer to your question, unless someone can correct us. Egypt for canal towpath, very true. Would have been quite busy recently, wouldn't it? Perhaps. Towpath varies from gravel path to tarmac to rough mud. Makes riding fun. Yeah. That's one thing. I came off the S18 quite a few times. Which is quite rare. I don't fall off really that much. And I found, because of its height, because of the suspension, you go around a corner and you hit some mud, it tries to slip out from underneath you. But some people have fitted a knobbly tyre to the S18 with a bit of DIYing. So I wonder if I can find that. KS S18 knobbly tyre. Images. There we go. There's an image for you. That Mario.
S18
Here we go.
knobbly tyre. By the way, all credit goes to Ray for this video because that's Ray's wheel.
There we go. There's a knobbly tyre. You see? There it is. That's what she looks like. So you can fit a knobbly tyre on it. And it looks like a bit of a beast, doesn't it, to be fair? It's gone. Picture's gone. So don't look at that anymore. Because Mario's taken it away from you. There we are. It's back again. Good. You can see that. There's the knobbly tyre. Just peruse that slightly more. I wonder if I can zoom in. No, because YouTube... Oh, there we go. It's funny. YouTube's trying to dynamically adjust the size of the video. There we go. So that's the knobbly tyre. And if you look closely, behind is a standard tyre. Well, at least less slick tyre. And you've got foot plates as well with spikes in them. So making the best out of it. Basically. So you've got a maximum grip and has got side pads on at the same time. So you'll see side pads, spike foot plates and a knobbly tyre. turning it into a cracking little thing. Let's give him a little thumbs up there. Boom. Okay. No fan on the Z10. I hate it when the fan kicks in on any device as I feel I'm close to the edge of a shutdown. So basically what you're saying, if you look at it from the other side, Matt, now you don't know how close you are to a shutdown. And so you can just ride along oblivious. You have no idea if it's overheating or not. It just doesn't matter anymore. You carry your fatness very well. I do carry my fatness very well. So basically all the fat is focused mainly central. So all this looks alright. Legs look alright. It's just in the middle. And that's due to a very poor diet of biscuits and chocolates, which are funded by the viewers, which we are very appreciative of, and so is my stomach. But I do have a goal to meet at the end of August. I like the wallet comment, Ivan. Almost looks good as a looks good as a Gotway board. Take your wallet out of your pocket to get your weight down. Weight would probably go up. Love your daughter's picture behind you, by the way. It's awesome. Yeah, that is. Where is it? There. It's absolutely hilarious. It is hilarious. I love it. I love that thing. Where is it? I've got to show that closer because that's just. I forgot that was there. She kept saying, "Take it to work." There's that one. Question: is that beautiful, or is it kind of scary? That's what I want to know. Beautiful, or sort of freaky? Because I looked at that, it's like, I can see it's a girl going, yay! That's what it looks like to me. I like it. Oh, that made me laugh, that one did. I shall keep that for many a year. Oopsie daisy, don't, I'm just about to break it, as he says that. And then we've got this one, which I think was done by Joel, possibly. That one. Even customers even draw us little pictures. See? Sim, you drew that picture. Yeah, very good. It's a Halloween picture, right? Nice picture, but who is it? I think it's probably me. Marty says it goes well with a little puppet guy. It does. It got long things there. So yeah, good likeness to be honest. Yeah, I think it looks just like me. Yeah, brilliant. Just having a look. Let's scroll back up. What happens if you don't reach your promised target weight, says Marcus. I will not be a man of my word. We can't have that. Can't have it. So we said we're going to do it. Just got to do it, haven't you? Got to get on with it. Ian rolling with the wads of hundreds. Yep. Hundreds of 1p sweets. I'm late. What did I miss? Nothing really. Usual nonsense. Bad news, says Darkshire. Bad news from Norway. A rider was stopped by police today and they took his King Song 16X. Claimed he was riding at 50 kilometers an hour on the road. There's been so much noise in Norway because of the rental scooters. Oh, poo. I mean, we're not in Norway, but this is happening all over, isn't it? Electric unicycle seized Norway. Can I find it in news? No. Mind you, they've seized scooters and things. 14th of October, Oslo police, in a joint programme with the Norwegian Public Roads Administration, cracked down on 2 electric scooters on suspicion of speeding. Yeah. There we go. Can't really find anything on that. That is a shame. That's all I can say. Andre, seen one out in the wild. Wow, that's the first time ever that's happened. Waiting for my knobbly tyre from Japan. What size is it? What size is it? Because we've got the Sherman knobbly tyres in if you wanted them. 18 by 3. Darkshire, where it was in. Here we go. This is where it was in Norway. Hovik Barum. That is where it was. And if you think it sounds different than my translation of it, you're wrong. When will you stop knobbly tyres for the S18? Well, the knobbly tyres for the S18, if I look at the video that we're just watching, looks suspiciously like the tyre for the Sherman, which we do have in stock. Oh no, it's jumped again. My stock S18 is great. There's a link there that Mario's put in, Ian's go-to wheel at the moment. He's put a link into it. What's the update with Mario's Micra? We were left hanging 2 vlogs ago. You were. He's very naughty, isn't he? I suspect he's going to put it in this week's vlog, aren't you, Mario? Yes, he just went, yes. He may have forgotten to mention it. Possibly. So, someone has pointed out Scrapyard, so have a vote. Is Mario's, let's say cheap Micra, I was thinking of another word, cheap Micra, still going? Or is it parked up because it's not fixed, or has it been scrapped? There's 3 options there. Where do you think Mario's Micra is? It's not in the bottom of a lake, so I rule that out. I ride my MSX up the Clint Hills last weekend, and the fan was on a lot of time, but she made it up okay. Brilliant. We went out, me and John went out for a long ride out. Where on earth did we go? Oxford somewhere. And I got grass inside, because we were riding through fields and fields of grass. I got grass inside, they got trapped in the fan and broke the fan on my MSX. We found out, actually, at that point, that you can ride an MSX perfectly fine, because there's a bit of cooling coming from the motor unit as it spins. So if you're going up hills, like steep hills we're going up, you couldn't do that to push them up. On flats and downhill, it cooled it. So that was pretty neat, as long as I kept the speed above 20 miles an hour. Cooled it down. Kept it lovely. You should have some punishment if you don't reach your target weight to really motivate you. I don't need it. My word motivates me. Don't need punishment. Not in the news, I think, on a Facebook group. That's Reed, the guy in Norway getting caught. Some news in the UK about blind people objecting to electric scooters. Oh, okay. Order the Kendon Nobby from Speedy feet. Exactly, we got that in. That's the Sherman one. With all the noise lately regarding electric scooters being ceased in the UK, presumably has it had an impact on the uptake for EUC market? I don't think so. Whoever pays any attention? Not many people. I mean, people are buying scooters left, right and centre, aren't they? PC World, I saw advertising Segway, no, yeah, Curry's Online or something, were advertising Segway scooters. I can't remember who it was. I saw the advert yesterday. I was thinking, that's pretty brave, because the video promo footage of him is him riding around town, basically. What looks like town is made to look like town, with no suggestion that if you bought one, theoretically, well, in law, you couldn't then take it out. MSP is better with knobby CST tyre, way less wobbles. Does it fit straight on the MSP? Does it just like it is? I think it does, doesn't it? Because we've had them in the ride-outs. Rich Skull's brother Steve has one. Suggestions: if you don't reach your target weight, you have to ride through town in only swim pants and helmet, and post video of it on Speedy Feet's YouTube channel. There's a suggestion. There's a suggestion. People seem to really hate scooter, but no one objects to people driving a 2-ton electric car. They do. They do. I've had an electric car since 2014, and since then, there's all these articles about the fact that blind people are all going to get killed. I have not killed more than 5 blind people since I've had the car. That is not bad going, I would have said. But on a serious note, Nissan, who was the first one I had, spent fortune developing the tone of their low, so I don't know what they call it, low something. It's a low speed noise thing that gives out a noise. They spent millions on it, getting the sound just right, working with a load of charitable organisations from the blind community all over the place, and they got a sound which is supposed to be basically impossible to miss, of course, unless you're deaf as well. Then you have got problems. You're reliant then on the driver of the vehicle actually watching what's going on. But I think there was some argument about the fact it didn't. That was the next thing. So they had that. When they explained that, most people shut up. But then it didn't work in reverse or something. So if you're reversing, it makes no noise. Who's got a Nissan Leaf Gen 1, Gen 2 that could go and test that out? Does it do the noise in reverse? I don't think it does. Which actually, in an electric car, should have some noise reversing. But you can turn it off, which is actually good. It's like the Zoe makes a horrible noise. And a lot of time there's like no one around. You don't want it making a stupid noise. Especially if it's really early in the morning, you're reversing out to drive or driving out to drive really late at night. You'd rather just roll in quietly rather than wake all the neighbours up unnecessarily. The Micra will never die. She's still a runner, someone said. That's a very brave statement. Still going as you referred to it as a Mario's. Parked outside Speedy feet, says Olaf. Don't say anything bad about the Micra. It's a honeymoon car. It actually could be a honeymoon car, couldn't it? Any insights on the next EUC innovation? 2020 was great, but I suspect 2021 is impacted by COVID. Impacted by COVID, pretty much every flipping thing is, yeah. Getting stuff in is a complete nightmare. It's all gone down the pan, I tell you. Completely gone down the pan. BMW are bringing out electric motorbike scooter. Yes, I watched that and looked at their website yesterday. That you don't need a motorcycle license to ride, and you can ride it on the road. That cannot be in the UK though, can it? You're going to have to wear a motorcycle license to ride that scooter on the road here. There's two different versions though, isn't there? There's a lower powered version, lower speed, which allows you to do that, and there's a bigger one. I hope they make that thing so it's got epic performance. If that thing did 70 miles an hour with a motorcycle helmet, obviously, it just looks an absolute beast of a machine. Just looks brilliant. I'd be up for that. There was a lot of hate for electric scooters after people started using them for illegal activity, as if bicycles, motorbikes and cars aren't already used for these activities. Exactly right. Someone posted a couple of years back the fuss that was made over bicycles when they first came out, because a woman allegedly, reportedly, came out of her driveway across a road and almost hit some pedestrians when they more or less first came out. You're talking 1890 or whatever it was. And then people were saying this is ridiculous, these things, that you need to stop these deathly contraptions. Someone's going to get seriously injured. It's mental. Someone find that news article, that'd be brilliant. It was a paper, it was a scan of a paper, and it was awesome. And someone sent it to me and I cannot find it. I wish I could. Hey Ian, is your children so passionate about riding EUC or other PEVs? Not particularly, no. I wouldn't have said. It's like being spoilt for choice, isn't it? If they didn't have them and they saw them and I was interested in them as a hobby, they'd probably be like, oh, I really want one of those. But because they're just lying around the house all the time, all these test ones we have, they're like, nah. Jacob will go out on them. Toby's not that bothered. He's actually a really good rider, but just can't be bothered. Seen a post today where a chap has styled his high-powered electric scooter to look like a rental scooter. So one way around it. Rescued any more wildlife this week, Ian? No, but I did run over a pigeon. And I did kill a cat. That's quite bad. As I was getting home late from here doing a vlog. Believe it or not, I was here late one night and was driving back and a black cat, suicide cat, ran out at me. And I was going very slow, but it decided to head straight for my front wheel. Very sad. So I had to ring the police on the non-emergency number, ring the council, and leave my phone number and everything. You're not legally, with cats, it's strange way, you don't legally have to report a cat hitting a cat. You do with dogs and other animals like deers and things like that, but not cats. But I did it anyway, and I picked it up and put it at the side of the road. So in answer to your question, if I rescued one hedgehog, but I'm down in credit points for killing a cat and a pigeon. Ian Williams, like the BMW C1, the cage one where you don't need a helmet except in the UK. They hate scooters because they drive too fast, and today a kid got killed by an electric scooter. It's on the news. Brilliant. Well, not brilliant, obviously, it's terrible. When will going to have that lovely video of you riding with your wife after all these years, you being with EUC? That's true, she needs to learn. We gave up last time we tried. I'm impressed with the MSX shell. It took an impact that I did not expect to survive. Is the MSP shell just strong? It is a bit of luck which way that is going to go, really, with any shell. So I never broke monster casing on mine. But people have just dropped them from standing or dropped it, hit one step or a curb and it shattered the whole thing to pieces. And it's the same with that, really. The MSX is pretty flipping tough. To the blind people, electric scooters are dangerous because you can't hear them, but you can't hear an electric push bike. So what's the difference? I'm not sure about road noise, but the argument with electric cars is actually, if you listen to an electric car, it's just as loud as a petrol car when you're travelling like 30 miles an hour, because the tyres are actually what emits most of the noise. It's not to do people get a bit confused and think, it must be the engine that makes the noise because that's the difference between them. But it's like, no, the rolling noise from the tyres is what makes a huge difference and a huge amount of noise. I'd happily pay insurance, MOT and tax on my EUC. Absolutely would happily pay insurance or pay for some license of some description or take a test. So yeah. Hi, I'm loving my EXN that I bought from you guys. It's amazing. I am glad you're enjoying it and welcome to the show. Sounds like the cat killed itself indeed. Well, it seemed to, yeah. V11 with suspension or V12 with speed range features. Oh, good question. V12, not sure. Suspension is not the be all and end all of a ride, but if you're commuting, it is really, really nice. Yeah. Arthur Mouse says perhaps a cat couldn't hear your car. Possibly. That same cat though was not a young cat. Perhaps it was deaf and blind. Couldn't see and couldn't hear, but was running around like a lunatic. It's the only animal that I have killed, apart from small vermin, in all my years of driving. Never mind electric cars. So since electric cars since 2016. So yeah, right, okay. There has been a huge amount of chat on here, so thank you for everyone that's actually contributed to the show. Don't forget to send your viewers videos in. Everyone's got GoPros, everyone's got cameras. Just do a 1-minute video and send it in. If you go on Speedy Feet FOD ride and throw it down one of the hills, Ian takes you on and you will definitely break the shell. Correct. So if you come to a Forest of Dean ride out, if you're able to travel, if you don't get shot for travelling like we do in the UK, then actually you can come and break your wheel in the Forest of Dean. You can break any wheel in the Forest of Dean. So thank you very much all for joining in. Much appreciated. FOD ride out when? I do not know. We're so rammed at the moment. I do want to do a group ride out. Who would come? That's the question. Is it worth doing it? There we go. Answer now. Is it worth doing a Forest Team ride out? You're all responsible for your own safety. I can plan a route. If people are going to come to it, then we'll arrange it again. So we got some yeses. Yes, I'd come. Yes, I'd come. Brilliant. There we go. Well, that's 4, and 4 is more than none. So, because I worked that out a second ago. So, yeah. I will see you all next week. Send a viewer's video in explaining why. Here's a special one. Send a viewer's video in explaining why we should do a Forest of Dean meet. There we go. We'll see you next week. Mario, roll the thing where my head goes funny.